Hey, good evening, YouTube. What's going on? Um, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I always talk about reading and journaling, right? So when I was out on the golf course today, this subject actually hit me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna journal about it after I get done showering. And I know this is like something that you're not supposed to share, but this is my channel. I'm gonna share it anyway. So if you don't wanna hear it, fuck you. But if you do want to hear it, you're gonna want to hear it. So this one goes actually into the title of today's episode is why do we feel we have to earn our food, right? And listen to where I'm coming from because you go from one end of the extreme throughout this journey and then you go to the complete other end of the extreme. And what I mean by is as a former fat fucker, you go from one prison to another prison. And I'm going to explain everything. Just bear with me. Formerly obese people, i.e. myself, we sometimes turn discipline into a new form of captivity. Hence my title for the day. Why do we feel like we have to earn our food? I ate 140 calories today before my golf round, after I had already eaten my protein shake, my 10 grams of walnuts, and my 35 grams of blueberries, maple glazed walnuts, pecans, and a cherry. And while I'm playing golf in 94-degree weather, getting my steps, sweating, doing everything I'm supposed to do, you know what I caught myself doing? Trying to justify the shit. I probably burned it off, and that really fucked me up. Because why did I immediately feel like I needed to explain why I ate? Who was I explaining it to? My coach wasn't standing there. Nobody was checking me or my food log. Nobody even knew I ate the damn shit. I was defending myself to myself. And that's when I realized something. Some of us lose the weight and the body fat, but we never stop being scared of being fat, right? See, when you've been a fat ass, food starts carrying memories. You remember the nights when you couldn't stop eating. You remember saying, I'll start Monday. You remember avoiding taking pictures because you fat as fuck. You remember shirts not fitting and you looking fat as fuck because you are fat as fuck. You remember getting winded, walking up 2 stairs. Oh my God. Guys, I walked up a couple hills today effortlessly, not winded at all. But had that been me a year ago, I'd have been low-key huffing and puffing, hoping nobody didn't see me huffing and puffing. So you remember looking in the mirror and not knowing you were the reason you were there, or at least not caring. Because my thing was I knew why I was there, I just didn't care. So when you finally lose the body fat, you don't just become disciplined. More times than often, you become afraid. Afraid that one snack is just the beginning. Afraid that one unplanned meal means the old you is trying to make a slow but sure comeback. Afraid that if you loosen your grip just even a fucking little bit, that 300-pound version of me is waiting around the corner saying, I knew your punk ass would be back. That's the shit that nobody talks about. I don't think I was worried about 140 calories. I was more so worried about what those 140 calories represented. Loss of control, because food used to control me. So now, sometimes I feel like I have to control food so aggressively that I need permission to fucking eat it, right? And here is the most dangerous part of all that. You can escape obesity and build another prison. Different bars, same captivity. Before I couldn't tell myself no. Now sometimes I struggle to tell myself, hey, Sean, it's okay, right? That's not balance. That's fear wearing discipline as a costume, right? And I love discipline. Discipline actually saved my fucking life. But I have to learn the difference between discipline and punishment. I don't have to do cardio because I ate. I don't have to starve tomorrow because I enjoyed something today. I don't have to stand in 94-degree weather calculating whether I earned those 140 calories. Food is fuel. Food can be enjoyed, and one decision does not have the power to erase hundreds of disciplined decisions that I've already made, hence where I am today. Unless I give it the power to, it won't suffice, right? Maybe the final stage of weight loss isn't just seeing abs, right? Maybe it's being able to eat something that you didn't plan and not mentally having a fucking meltdown, being afraid of turning yourself back into who you used to be. Because I don't miss being 315 pounds, but I also refuse to spend the rest of my life running from that man too. I already beat that motherfucker 10 times over, right? Now I have to stop being afraid he's coming back. That's deeper because now, you know, I have to live with this line in my head. Sometimes you become so afraid of the 315-pound version of you waiting around the corner saying, I knew your dumb ass would be back. And it's like, subconsciously, you are me. I'm talking about me. You know, I am afraid of going back to being a fat fucker. So I actually wrote all of that because I was like, man, I got to get this off my chest. I didn't want to break it down too much because I feel like a lot of that will go way over some people's heads, but a lot of that had to be said because I found myself, I was like, hold on, man. I'm about to be in 94-degree heat. I'm not going to walk the whole course, but there will be times where I have to walk around that I can't just drive up the cart because the course is long, but they shorten it to where you have to actually get out and walk, which is fine. I love walking. I walk 10,000 plus steps a day. But the thing is, I did have to justify to myself, damn, I ate those maple glazed walnuts and pecans and the cherry, that came, and I measured it. 27 grams equals 140 calories. I don't eyeball shit no more. I don't stick my hand in there and say, oh, this is about it. No. I put everything on that food scale and I weigh it. I didn't feel bad when I did it because I'm like, hell, it's cool. But I know that I'm deep in my cut to where I'm trying to monitor every fucking calorie that comes in and out. But one thing that we do forget is that we get so locked into the process. It's almost like, bro, did you forget you worked out this morning? Did you forget that you finna be out here in the heat, swinging, walking, doing all these different things? It's like you don't think about that because you're concerned. You're so concerned about this next meal. Oh shit, this was unplanned. The other day, I was in the heat once again. I didn't pack my food because I didn't know I was gonna be out there in the heat that long. So instead of me fucking passing out, not only did I load up on damn near 2.5 gallons of water, but I also had 2 of the planters of cashew peanuts, salted. And then I had the green Nature Valley bar. So total, I probably had, 290, 290, 190. I probably had close to 700 calories. And that was outside of what I was supposed to do. Now, granted, I didn't have all my calories for the day at all, but I knew that with me being so active out there, doing everything that I was doing, it was either get some nourishment or you gonna fucking pass out. And keep in mind, I still went to the gym 3:30 that same morning before I had to be somewhere to do some manual labor outside to help out. And it's like I found myself once again like, bro, did I earn it? Like, what the fuck am I doing? Let me hit my coach real quick. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. I literally traded one prison for another. Straight up. I traded one prison for another in the sense of I was in the prison of not giving a fuck what I ate and how much I ate. 2, I'm damn near paranoid if I go a gram over anything. And I'm damn near paranoid if I go 1 calorie over any fucking thing. And that's one of these things to where like journaling is important. That's another thing where reading is important. I honestly, for this one, I had to journal and write down my thoughts because I really had to take a step back to realize, Sean, you're not going to turn back into that 300-pound version of yourself just because you had 140 calories. But like I said, it wasn't just that. What if that was that one snack, right? What if it was that one thing that led me to over snacking? What if it was that one thing that made me lax on my discipline? What if it was that one thing that got me to let my guard down and this big 315-pound motherfucker come around the corner and bam? I see in my comments sometimes, I used to be 160, then I shot back up to 290. And it's like, I don't get scared when I see those comments because I know what right looks like right now, right? It's easier for me to see it because I'll be like, okay, cool. Well, you did it. Let's hop back on track. Let's go, right? I can say the same thing about myself. But one thing you got to realize is, guys, gals, if you have one day to where you completely fall off the rails. Unless it's like 20,000 calories, which I don't think is humanly possible unless you're on my 600-pound life. But even you going 3,500 calories above your maintenance, that's how you gain a pound of fat, right? So I'm not eating like that. You know, the most I do is I'll add some dark chocolate to my yogurt, right? And it's like dark chocolate with no sugar added, and you know, I weigh it to where it's 15 grams, 60 calories, right? So I supplement that into my yogurt because I don't want to use honey all the time. So it's like, okay, cool. I still need a little something. Obviously I'm not rewarding myself, but it fits the macros, right? So it takes longer to change your relationship with food than you think. It does, because you trade one prison for another and you go to the extreme. You know, it's just that when you go to that extreme, it's always that one snack. It's always that one cheat meal that make you feel like, oh shit, I'm about to fuck up again. That's why I know deep down that if I were to slip a little bit, it won't be because I ate burgers and fries. It won't be because I ate ice cream, because they got healthier options for that shit. Guys, I'm going to eat a hamburger, but guess who's going to make the hamburger? Me. Guess what's going to be made of that hamburger? I'm going to get sourdough bread for the bread. It's the best bread you can get, right? I'll get that sourdough. I'll make my own mayonnaise base, which is using Greek yogurt and some seasoning, right? I'll get the leanest beef, or the leanest, matter of fact, the leanest ground chicken that I can find, because I really don't fuck with beef like that no more. So I'll get some ground chicken breasts, make those into fucking patties, put them on the little grill, cook them up, get low fat cheese, make me a little smash burger, and I'm good to go. You had two of them, what's the most that's gonna be? 300 calories each, 400 calories each. Whoop-de-doo, I had two of them at 800 whole calories. Oh, guess what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get some potatoes and I'm gonna cut them into French fries. And I'm gonna do them I'm gonna clean them. I'm gonna make sure that they're rinsed properly and thoroughly. And guess what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put them shits in the air fryer. I'm gonna have about 150, 200, 300 grams of that, and I'm gonna put them in the air fryer. I'm gonna salt them, I'm gonna season them, and that's gonna be another what? 200, 300, 400 calories? Guys, all of that shit is stuff that we want, but I just substituted it with the better version of it so that I won't feel guilty for eating it. I mean, granted, the amount that I ate is a lot, or the amount that I will eat will be a lot, but at the end of the day, it's still the best options out there. And I'm not going to a fast food line. I'm not going to a Waffle House saying, hey, load me up with all this shit. Absolutely not. These are things that I want, but I'm just making it a healthier choice. When I want pizza, I'm gonna go once again. I'm gonna get that ground chicken, right? I'm gonna get that ground chicken breast, and it's going to be what, 500 grams, and the macros on that is fucking phenomenal. Me personally, I don't need the red sauce. I don't like the red sauce anyway. It should give me fucking heartburn. So I'll make my own cheese sauce with cottage cheese, with some low fat with unsweetened milk, or not almond milk, but some skim milk, and then put some fat free cheddar cheese in there. Then I'll pour that on there. Oh, and guess what else I'm putting on the top of it? More grilled fucking chicken pieces. So yeah, I'll still have a version of the things that I want, but it'll be healthier. That's why I know I lock the fuck in, because everybody wants these super high sweet things or these super high calorie burgers and cheesesteaks and shit, but when you come as far as I have, or when you come as far as you have on your journey, you don't want to go back, but you still want to enjoy your life. I'm going to fucking enjoy my life. I'm just going to do it on my own terms, right? And my own terms include eating that burger, but the way I want to make it. Eating those fries the way I want to make it. Because every 90 days, you better believe I'm going to fuck some shit up. Because dieting for that long, yes, it's stressful on your body. It fucks up your nervous system. But this is something that I'm doing because I have a goal. I have something that I'm trying to achieve, right? So, and I can't lie, it looks good and it feels good. I played golf today with two guys who I came up in the car industry with, and I got such respect for them, John Bosco and Mark Polito. Played golf with these guys today. Granted, I didn't have the best day because I ain't gonna tell them this, but I just didn't have enough calories in me. Like I woke up early and I worked out hard, and then I didn't hit cardio after because I knew I was gonna be out there on the golf course today. I just wasn't myself. Like I was lightheaded most of the time, but I still pushed through it, and they never knew it because that's my mentality, right? I had a few good holes, had a few bad holes, had a lot of bad shots, had a lot of good shots. That's the game of golf. You know, you take it how it come. You know what I mean? So damn near every other hole, man, you look good. Or if I slightly overshot a putt because the greens were faster than I thought, it's the muscles, man. And I was like, no, I don't think it's that. I think I just need to focus. I don't mind taking the compliments because they remember me when I was fat as shit. And it's not just the physical that changed. Everything else changed too because I don't address certain things. I don't say certain things anymore. The level of maturity had to go way up because I'm not that guy no more. I'm not here for your fucking entertainment. I don't need to make you laugh because I'm the fat guy in the room. Yeah, I used to do that shit. I'm still funny than a motherfucker. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's a time and a place for that shit. It's not an everyday thing. A good friend of mine, Renee Mack, she was like, you no longer have to command the room anymore by being loud and being funny. She's like, just you walking in now takes command of the room. She's like, maybe it's because you taller. Maybe it's because you in shape. She was like, but now you take command of the room. It ain't that. I know it ain't me being tall. It ain't me being a handsome black man. It's simply, I have the confidence now to steer that motherfucker and tell me I'm wrong. We'll debate it all day and I'll prove to you I'm right. I ain't got a 151 IQ for nothing. I play dumb, but that's by design. But I don't want to do that no more. And I'm not doing that shit no more. But I still battle with these mental fights every fucking day about my calories, about my macros, about the only thing I don't fuck around with is the gym, because that's gonna happen. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna hit them reps, and I'm gonna go hard. I don't care for the whole, I gotta be in that hour or two. I'm in there because I want to be in there and I need it. That's therapy for me, right? So, but the food, that's just another mental prison for me because I still haven't worked through the fact that I look like this now. I mean, I'm sitting here in a tank top, but if I took this motherfucker off, you'd be like, okay, I see what you're talking about, right? Guys, I literally used to look bad. I was down bad. I was built like one of those PE teachers in the late 80s, early 90s. Dead ass. Y'all remember the gay ones or the homosexual ones? The ladies that used to have like, you know, that you just knew, but you ain't want to say nothing. I was built like that. Dead ass, man. So serious. I was seriously built like that. But due to me understanding, like, bro, I'm not a bad looking dude. I just got to peel this fucking fat off. And instead of just keeping on with the walking just to lose weight, and then when you get serious and want that aesthetic build, that's why I'll just tell y'all, because this is a vulnerable topic for me any fucking way. I literally just read you an entry to my fucking journal that I wouldn't share with nobody, but I did because I want y'all to realize I'm fucking human. I'm not finna get on this platform and tell you this shit is easy, because it's not. I'm not finna get on this platform and tell you that this is gonna be rainbows and cookies and ice cream and shit. I shouldn't use that reference because that's why your big ass looking at me right now, right? So it's not easy, period. And if anybody get on this platform and tell you, you know, come down on you for being fat and tell you, oh, it's easy to get like this, they full of shit, and I'll call them out. You know, that's really what it is. It's so easy to get on the Ozempics. It's so easy to do those GLP-1s and shit. But one slogan that I want to live by, that I do live by now, anything fast won't last. Take it how you want. Anything fast won't last. You can go get the Ozempic, but you're not going to lift weights. You're going to come up with an excuse. Oh, I'm too busy. That's why I got the Ozempic. Now you went from looking like you went from looking like one of them big super scuffing out grapes. Now you look like a sun-dried raisin. And it doesn't look good. Guys, I've seen people who've been on this shit, and I just be like, oh man, but some people, oh, Mindy, you look amazing. I be like, no, you don't. I'm not finna tell you that. No, you do not look amazing. You just look like a smaller version of your fat self. Oh, Sean, you so mean. I'm not being mean. I'm being honest. I'm not about to go along with what they saying just because it's what you want to hear. Don't fucking ask me. But you put me on the spot, I'm gonna tell you. That's why I defer those conversations like a motherfucker. I defer them because my face tell it all. They're like, oh, Sean, don't this person look? I be like, I do that shit quick, and they be like, What? I'm like, don't. Now I tell you, don't do that shit to me. Like, please don't put me in that spot because Mindy's feelings will fucking get hurt. Please don't put me in that spot. But no, I want to hear it. And then it's like, okay, yeah, you took the easy way out, and it shows. There you have it. You took the easy way out, and it shows. I can't expect everybody to want to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do the shit that I do. I had to turn into that shit. You know what I mean? And I love that now because that helps me get in touch with Sean. No matter what the fuck I'm going through, no matter how I feel, no matter how shitty certain parts of my life is, that's one part of my life that I can't control. And I tell you what, it felt so good to go bowling with my kids yesterday in a medium fucking shirt. I ain't have to wear jewelry. And if y'all, some of y'all know me, y'all know I got a huge Cuban link with the diamond clasp. Y'all know I got this big old death row piece, death row chain. And then, you know, big watches and shit. Not big watches as in size, but like super name brand shit. Y'all, most motherfuckers who know me personally know I got those things. But I don't even wear that shit no more. I don't need to. I don't need to walk around and show, oh, I'm successful, blah, blah, blah. Nah, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, what you see is what you get. And what you're seeing is somebody who put in the fucking work. What you getting is somebody who don't give a fuck about what it is that you got to say or what you got or what you think of me. Because it's one thing to think it, but you got to have a real set of balls on you to come up and say some wild shit to me. Now, I don't mind taking compliments. I do that shit all day. Hence last night, I'm bowling with my kids. We having a fucking ball. Well, at least I wasn't because I was actually losing to my son. He won both games. I think he cheated. But no, it was my shoe size. They ain't have my normal shoe size, so my feet was cramped in those, you know, shoes, and I couldn't really get my footing on the lane like I needed to. At least that's the story I'm gonna go with. But I mean, obviously, you know, it was a shorty right across the way. She was light skinned, you know, had the little curly hair and shit. I would always catch her making eye contact and looking over. So I would just look away real quick. You know, I'm with my kids and shit. So now I just look away real quick. My little boy, he's smarter than a motherfucker. He stood up and he caught that. He was like, Dad, you see that? I was like, yeah, I see it. He was like, I was like, yeah, it be like that. And it's not a self-glazing thing because I was the leanest motherfucker in there. Everybody else, oversized shirts, man titties, gut, butt. You know what I mean? It's like, you know you a big motherfucker when you can see your ass from the front. That's, boy, you thick. You know what I mean? It was motherfuckers thicker than a bowl of cold oatmeal. Thick. I was like, God damn. You know, it was, I ain't never seen no shit like that for real. I'm lying, I have. But in that setting, it's like, damn. And it really did highlight a lot of things in my life. Like, this shit is rare. It's like, bro, you really are rare. You walking around here 12% body fat, and these other motherfuckers like 35, 40%. And they make it look normal because they still scarfing down mozzarella sticks. I mean, I had a lot of shit come to my table because my kids can eat mozzarella sticks, fucking French fries, knowing I love French fries or peanut butter and both. You know what I mean? So the French fries, the queso dip, I didn't touch none of it. None of it. Granted, the shit looked good, but then I was like, damn, you know what? I look good. I ain't finna fuck that shit up. Once again, living in that fucking prison, that one meal, one snack can have me back to how I used to be because your discipline might fall off. But I don't think that's the case for me, man. And I don't think that's the case for some people when you really truly lock in and it becomes your lifestyle. When you make that mental shift for real, you ain't got to worry about it. But my problem is I know I made the mental shift, but I'm still afraid, right? I'm still afraid of being that guy again because it wasn't just about the fat. I could lose the weight. But me being that version of myself costed me much more in the future. That's why I'm so afraid of going back because of all the shit that being that version of myself costed me. You know, the insecurities, the short temper, the always got to be right, the fucking hiding shit, you know, the not being honest about a lot of shit. I was not the best version of myself. I was not a good person. And I could lose the weight. Obviously, that was an issue, but it wasn't an issue once I locked in. But I'm still recovering from the way I used to be because now how can I expect anybody from my past to truly give me a chance and trust me when that's the version that they had to deal with for so many years? Take it how I come. I have to. I don't have a choice because those are the decisions that I made at that time. Now, change comes with a lot of different things. Maturity, It comes with, you know, foresight. It comes with a lot of things. But when it comes to how I think now, I'm more proud of myself that I don't let the small shit really get to me no more. I'll laugh it off. Granted, I'll speak about it probably a day later because I want to process it, but I speak about it now. I'm not gonna bottle the shit up no more. Whether it makes whether it makes conflict or not, that's fine. We just gonna have to deal with it. We'll talk about it, and that's with anybody, you know. And for the most part of my life, I was a nice guy. And some people say, oh, you were never a nice guy. If you look up the traditional definition of nice guy, I was that. I was a people pleaser. I was all those things. But now I'm not a people pleaser. I'm a Sean pleaser. And the Sean pleaser is me finally loving myself enough to know that, hey, Sean, no matter what happens, you got to go to the gym in the morning. All right, bet. Sean, no matter what happens, you got to speak your mind on this situation. Sean, no matter what happens, if you got to blow up the fucking village, let it fucking burn. Straight up. Stop trying to save people's feelings. Stop trying to save other people. I'm not doing that shit no more. If I have to blow some shit up just so to where I can feel good about something or I benefited from something, how Young Thug said it, whoop-de-doo. Ain't that how he said it? Yeah, whoop-de-doo. I feel the same way because I do not feel, I really feel like society has really put in people's heads what a man is supposed to do and what a man is supposed to be. And the whole time, they fathers and they whoever wasn't, any male figure in anybody's life wasn't like how they're trying to put the standard on us. And I'm not going for that shit. It took me to wake the fuck up to realize I don't give a fuck about your standard. This is what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm not going for the bullshit. And if it fucks up other people's life in the process, that's just on them. That's not me. That's don't make your problem my problem. That's my saying now. You got to think about your shit. I'm going to think about my shit. Right? And when you make that shift mentally, it's such a liberating feeling because now it leaks over into everything else that you do. Mine so much is not wanting to be the old version of myself. That's why I do so much to control the shit that I can control. I can control what I eat. I can control when I eat. I can control all of when I work out, how long I work out. Those are things that I can control, and I have to be okay with that. I can't control what that person do with their food. I can't control what this person do with their thoughts, and I can't control what this person do with their actions. I just have to control how I let it affect me. Straight up. And for me to understand today out of all days playing golf that I still have flaws in this, it almost shook my core because I said, I got to tell the people who listen to me that I'm still in this journey. You just following me. Yes, I still am afraid of becoming that old version of myself again. So yes, I control what I eat. And yes, I freaked out over 140 fucking calories. To y'all, it may be small, but in retrospect, that's how the shit starts. It starts because of stress. It's right now I'm not working. So it could start because of stress. Thank God I have money coming in still, but it could start going back to being fat can start because of that. I'm going through a lot of other different things. It could start back because of that. But I'm choosing not to let that get to me. And I'm choosing not to let that change my habits because you ain't never seen nobody crying in a Ferrari, but you ain't never seen a motherfucker crying with a six pack. I'm serious. If you look at how life go, the strongest gonna survive, but they have their own survival techniques to get them through. For me, my survival technique to get through a lot of this shit, let go and let God, man. Because I can't control a lot of that shit. He got to deal with it. You know, I just got to do my part. I got to show up for me. I got to pick up the heaviest weight in the gym every day, and that's the fucking front door handle to the gym. I have to tell myself every day that I'm the baddest motherfucker walking the land. I have to tell myself every day that it's going to be beautiful on the other side of whatever the fuck I'm going through. And even though I traded one prison for another, I have more freedom in this prison though. Or at least I thought I did, but I don't because I still worried about those 140 calories and what they represented. Not necessarily no more because I'm like, hey, what's done is done. You know, I've already worked my ass off in the gym this morning. I've already done a lot of walking today. and I still manage to be around the caloric intake I'm supposed to be while still eating whole foods and doing the shit I need to do. Guys, it's okay to enjoy those things when you get here. You know what I mean? Don't sit here and say, oh, I deserve this shit and I'm 27% body fat. You ain't deserve shit. You need to get sub 12 before you even think that you can enjoy something good while you grinding. Because you got to lock in for 6 months, big fella. You just do. 6 months can change 6 years of fucked up habits in the way you used to do things. You know what I mean? And we could talk about that. It's in the description. My Calendly link is in the descriptions. That's blowing up for me. I got mad people reaching out to me, wanting to, hey man, I need to get here. I'm ready to get my life right. Y'all know, you know where to go. Just come, right? But I just want to let y'all know from a very deep and personal standpoint today, I am still human. You know, a lot of these fitness fitness instructors and influencers, bro, they're human too. Like they'll show you a day of eating, but you got to understand they eat like that 90% of the fucking year. We eat like that 90% of the year. I can tell you right now, since December, I may have had 5. Matter of fact, 3. I had 3 fucked up meals since December 8th. One was 2 weeks into the damn cut. I ate a whole goddamn loaf of banana bread. Called Luther freaking the fuck out. And guess what he told me? Bro, get back on track tomorrow. You're good. He's like, you're not going to put on 3 pounds just because you ate roughly 1,200 calories or 2,500 calories of banana bread. And he was right. Scale ain't even go up that much. It went up, what, half a pound the next day? And like you said, get back on track. And that's all he told me was get back on track. And when I got back on track, it was hell. I touched down the cause hell, and I never looked back. So even today, last Saturday, when I had left to come back home, that Sunday, the night before that Saturday, I ate with Ahmad. We had some great Italian food. I had some gelato. I had a whole bunch of shit I wasn't supposed to have. But it didn't matter because I knew I was traveling, and I had worked out, and I still worked out that day, even when traveling. Now, when you are traveling, you're going to retain weight, water, all this other bullshit. So when I stepped on the scale, like that night I got home and things said 197. But for some reason, I didn't even freak the fuck out because I was just 192 the day before. But I knew where that came from. It wasn't fat. It was glycogen. It was water. It was it was travel. It was me not sleeping. It was a lot of different things. So, and then I stepped on the scale a couple of days after that, 192.9. I was like, all right, bet. So, and then my scale, it's going to fluctuate because I've been drinking a whole lot of water. It's not fat. It's literally just water or glycogen, whatever. But I'm still eating my calories like I'm supposed to. I'm still tracking my macros. I'm still doing everything that I need to do, and that's controlling the inputs and controlling the controllables. So as you're doing these things, the scale is going to fuck with your mind. But you know what ain't going to fuck with your mind? That mirror. That mirror ain't going to fuck with your mind. Because I'm still seeing definition. I'm seeing more definition, to be honest with you. And I think when I do reverse up, more is going to happen. The body is a funny thing. But the most funniest thing is that fucking mind of yours. It's the strongest, most powerful thing that anybody can possess. And it can make or break a lot of you. I choose not to let it break me today. Because it would have been easy just, oh, you know what, I already had this, let me eat the whole bag. Nah, bro. Get your little 27 grams. And when you eat your yogurt tonight, for your dinner, don't add the walnuts in like you normally do. You just had it early in the day, so you don't need it, right? At the end of it all, it's all about your caloric deficit for the week, not just that one day. And so what you had one day where you fucked some shit up. If you did, get back on fucking track. Guys, I'm telling y'all some real shit. October? No. September? Yeah, it's going to be September. September, I'm going to have my smash burger, but I'm making it the way I want. With that ground chicken and the sourdough bread and the mayonnaise, the lettuce, or my version of the mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, onion, low-fat cheese, and that sourdough toasted. I'm having 2 of them motherfuckers. 2. And I'm going to get a whole bunch of potatoes. I'm going to cut them into french fries, clean them, air fry them, salt them. Oh, man. And it's going to taste lovely. I think the only fucked up thing that I'm going to have that's not healthy is going to be my version of the banana bread. Because that banana bread, I'm going to make the muffins so my kids can eat it too. So I'm not going to be as guilty. I might have 3 muffins instead of like a whole fucking loaf. But you better believe I'm going to have banana bread muffins. with them blueberries, with that dark chocolate, with them walnuts, and with that peanut butter crunchy drizzled on top, melted. I'm gonna have 2 or 3 of them motherfuckers. And you know why? Because I'm gonna get on track the next day and I'm gonna go right back to salmon, my grilled chicken. I'm gonna go right back to that broccoli. I'm gonna go right. So yeah, the scale gonna go up for a couple of days. It's gonna go up by 3, 4, 5 pounds. But guess what? By the end of the week, I'll be right back where I was. And I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do. Guys, don't let this mental prison trap you to a point to where you can't enjoy the small things. But while you locked in for the months, you ain't enjoying shit. All right, keep your fat ass away from enjoying any of that stuff. Stay locked in for 6 months. Stay locked the fuck in. Hit me on Calendly so we can get you locked in, and then we can have this conversation in 6 months. And you like, damn, Sean, man, guess what I had today? Man, what you have? Bro, I had 700 grams of fucking air fried potatoes. I had 500 grams of low fat, high protein cottage cheese. And then I had some honey on that shit. And I had some ground beef, 96.4. Damn, how much you had? I had a whole pound. Damn, guess what, bro? Get back on track. But good job. When that identity shift, you'll see the prison that I'm talking about. And if you find yourself in that prison, take a deep breath. It's going to be all right. And don't play them fucking away games.